Alright, let's see if we can't find some more of this biome. Maybe I should head back to where I was. Maybe I just can see more of the biome from that side instead of this one. I don't want to die. It is nighttime, so I gotta be careful. Oh, what is that? There's a new enemy there. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. There's more ice underground over here, but I don't know where it connects. Oh, I was gonna say, what is that over there? But we already saw that. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. Last stream I did, which was an Astria stream, I mentioned I would talk about some stuff that I'm working on during this stream, for the sake of conversation. So, I guess I will. Oh, there's some gold there. But anyways, I've mentioned before, and I mentioned during that stream, that I am working on some music stuff and some video stuff, like video essay type stuff. And that is true. But it's going kind of, I wouldn't say like slowly, like it is kind of going slowly, but at the same time I'm kind of, I want to say I'm kind of in a block. I'm trying to write an album, but it's kind of tricky because I've never written a whole album before. So this is going to be if I finish it, it would be my debut album. I have a music project that I'm kind of working on. If you're interested, you could always find that in my bio. It might take some digging to find it, but it's in there somewhere. In all those links that are in my bio. But anyways, that project, like I said, I've never written an album before, so it would be my first album. And that project is classical music, but I don't have a whole orchestra to write for. I don't have like recording equipment or anything like that, so I'm having to work with digital sounds, you know, like digital orchestra sounds, which is okay, but I also do not have like all that much money to spend on really good sounding like sample packs or sound fonts, as they call them. So I'm kind of having to struggle to work with what I have for free. And if you know anything about writing music and production, you would know that most of the free presets for like string sounds and orchestra sounds are just not great in general. So like I said, it's kind of a struggle to work with those sounds. On top of, you know, like I said, I've never written a full album before, so it's a bit of a challenge to figure out how to write something that fits within the context of like an 8 to 10 track album type of thing, instead of like a symphony. You know, people used to write like hour-long symphonies, but I'm not writing that kind of style, so I'm having to write a different kind of style with instruments that are kind of fickle. And on top of that, of course, I'm writing with a computer, so anything I do is kind of limited by what I can do with my mouse and keyboard. And by keyboard, I mean like ABC kind of keyboard, not a piano. I don't have a MIDI piano, so I can't use a piano to write. So like I said, I'm kind of limited to what I can do with my mouse. So that's all, you know, it's all well and good. I am able to, you know, write music at all in general, that kind of stuff. I have a good background in performance and music theory, so I'm able to, you know, mock something up with the tools that I have pretty easily. But at the same time, you know, I just know that it would be a lot easier with some more money to invest into a better setup. So I'm kind of just biding my time until I can do that, but I'm still writing in the meantime. And I've got 2 tracks that are released right now as singles. I don't need to, but I would like to finish the album soon and release it soon, as in like the next couple weeks soon. I don't know how realistic that is because of all that stuff I mentioned, and you know, all this other stuff that's happening in my life that I've talked about a bit. You know, it's easy to put that kind of stuff aside when more pressing stuff comes up. So I've been kind of procrastinating and also pushing it off at the same time. So I might not meet my deadline, but you know, it's my own deadline, so it's not like the end of the world. But alongside that, you know, the music project, I would also like to start writing video essays for YouTube. So for YouTube, I'd be doing this. I'd be, you know, chopping up my stream and uploading that as episodes. But on top of that, I also want to actually write edited content. And content being analysis of music. Like I said, I have a good background in music theory, and I do know how to, play music. Hence these instruments back here. I know how to play those. So, I've been thinking about making videos which analyze whole albums at a time. As in, like taking, I don't know, like the new Billie Eilish album, for example. Analyzing it with music theory. Transcribing the sheet music as best I can. And then, talking about what the theory means, if it means anything. Maybe what I could analyze, like the historical context of the album, that kind of stuff. So it would be like a lecture style video, but like more fun. It'd be like academic in nature, but of course it'd be edited and scripted and hopefully, fun to watch, because that's the goal, is to get people to watch it and enjoy hearing about what makes their favorite song, even or how their favorite song maybe can be interpreted in different ways. So that's the goal. And of course, writing is not the easiest thing in the world, especially when I've never done it. I've never done a music video, not a music video, but like a video essay like that before. I barely know how to edit right now. These stream clips, I barely know how to edit these. So it's just kind of a huge undertaking that I've given myself just for the sake of doing something. I would like to get one video out by the end of May, but right now I just don't know how realistic that is. Like I said, everything's kind of a first for me. So it's just not, like, realistic for me to really know how I'm doing in terms of progress and in terms of quality. Like, even if I make the May deadline, I don't even know if it'd be any good. I have been working on it, it's not like completely dead in the ground type of thing. But it's just not something that I've done before, so it's just completely new and very much a challenge for me. If you're wondering what kind of music I'm looking at right now, the first few videos that I want to do are going to be the whole of Tool's Lateralis album. It came out in 2001. It's a progressive metal album, and I would say it's my favorite album that I've heard so far. I first heard it in like maybe late middle school or early high school, and it's been my favorite album since then. Anyone who's heard it could probably tell you a million reasons why it is a good album. But for those who haven't, like I said, it's a progressive metal album. It came out in 2001, and for the time, I think it's pretty innovative. It's very much like psychedelic metal, I would say. It's hard to describe, honestly. Tool's not really like any other band in the way they sound and the way they write. I couldn't call it like death metal or, metalcore or thrash. It's just not any of those things. And, like I said, it is progressive metal, but it's not like... I'm trying to think of another progressive metal band. They don't sound like Periphery, or like Animals as Leaders, like that kind of stuff. Like, they don't sound anything like them. So I just thought it would be interesting to take a deeper look at the album, song by song, and make a video for each track on the album. So you could probably guess. I want to get a video about The Grudge out by May. The Grudge being the first track on the album. Ooh, a ruby. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh, that's awesome. And this gold? Yeah, that's awesome. So, in terms of progress right now, I have the sheet music all transcribed. I've looked up like different videos to reference. I use my ears for like the vocal melody and all that kind of stuff, and you know, listen for any obvious errors in people's transcriptions. So I've got all that worked out. I've got, you know, the sheet music for the whole band worked out. It's all annotated with like directions on how to play it. Like, oh, play this quieter, or play this with like your right hand instead of your left hand type of thing. So that's all good. I gotta start doing some research on the album to figure out what it's all about. You know, you can't really make a video essay without having a bunch of sources to cite. I can't just make stuff up about the album. I've got to analyze the music itself with music theory, which, I mean, I can do. That's all fine. I can do that all myself. And then I need to actually, you know, write a script, film it, and then edit it all together. And I need to figure out, the biggest challenge I think is this. I need to figure out like my style with writing and speaking, and how I want to edit it, and, you know, throw all these like clips and B-rolls together and all that stuff. So like I said, I set a deadline for the end of May, but I just don't know how long it'll take to do all that. So, you know, we'll see what happens when May comes around. But right now, I think my progress is okay. Doing the transcriptions honestly took longer than I thought to do, so I'm glad I have those done. I'm not sure research will really take that long to do. It's not like I'm writing for school. I don't have to do like a minimum of 15 sources plus like 3,000 words type of thing, you know? It's just what I feel is appropriate, so I don't think that'll take too long. And it's, you know, it's an album. It's not like an event in history. It's not like a war, so there's probably not going to be like thousands and thousands and thousands of reports and research articles about it, that kind of stuff. So I'm not really worried about the research. I'm also not really worried about script writing. When I would do essays in school, my professors and teachers usually told me I would do pretty well at writing, at least in an academic setting. So I feel like I can write an essay pretty well, but to be fair, I do have to write a script as well, which I have not done, so that might be a challenge. So yeah, I don't know, it's just all a lot. Just felt like talking about it, just to, like I said, just to make conversation. I have no real deadline for making the whole album. I said I wanted to make one video per song. So I'd spend like, I don't know, like half an hour to an hour just talking about one song. And put all the different videos in a playlist for the album. So I have no real deadline for when I would finish the series for the album. I just want to make, you know, at least like one video and see if I can do it. If I can, I'll just keep going. And the grand idea, I would say, is to make different series for different albums. So I would have like a series for metal, and then work on different albums within different genres of metal. And then I could work on like a pop album, and then maybe an electronic album. And, you know, hopefully with all that, I could expand my tastes. I could reach an audience and get their opinions on what they think different things mean. I could get recommendations from different people. I could recommend my own taste to different people. And just generally get an audience that likes music analysis and discussions of music and all that stuff. So yeah, all that on top of, you know, still posting these streams and writing an album of my own original music. So, you know, it's all a lot. I'm not really letting it stress me out, though. Like I said, I'm not working for anybody, and I'm not doing this for school. So, it's not really anything lost if I don't actually complete it. Jesus, that was the hardest slime to kill of all time. Sorry, just checking to make sure I'm on time here for the episode. We did get some cool stuff while we were there in the ice biome. I'm just kind of clearing out this path where the rail takes me. It's a lot of lead, a lot of tungsten, I think. Some heart crystals. Alright, so I've already been here. But let's just work our way back and collect as much stuff as we can. Looks like we've got enough to build our summon for the boss, for the first boss here. King Slime. So we'll do that when we get back. We also didn't really talk to our dye trader, so we can do that. And I think we can just look at all the stuff we've picked up so far. I kind of had a whole inventory full of stuff I should look at. I guess just to keep talking about stuff. Yeah, I would like to analyze and talk about the entirety of that Tool album for the first album that I do. Like I said, it is my favorite album. So I think it's just appropriate that I do my favorite album for the first one. But after that, I do have some other ones lined up for the distant future. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. I think I have like maybe another metal album lined up, and then a classical piece, which is not technically an album, but it's got like 7 different movements, so I can talk about each movement pretty easily. So yeah, I think that'll be fun for me to do. If I end up going back to school anytime soon, that's definitely gonna put a damper? Dampini? It's gonna definitely, put a stop to my progress, I think. because I'm going to be putting all my energy into school and working probably. So it's just another thing for me to think about. I've seen some people online that somehow can balance being a full-time student with doing stuff like this full-time. I don't really know how they do it and stay sane. I almost lost my mind just being a full-time student. I couldn't imagine doing this on top of school at the same time. And my major's not even like a hard science or anything, so yeah, I just don't know how they do it. I could only imagine being like a poli-sci major on top of making videos. And probably working. I know in America it costs a lot to go to college. Not everybody, you know, gets the aid they need, so probably gotta pay. Alright, I think it's about time I head back to the house. There's probably some other things I missed in that rail. But, this thing right here, this, I don't know what to call it. I keep calling it a rail. It's not really a train track. It's an underground rail, I guess. Let's go and head back. Let's see what we got. Alright. I think it's about time we start sorting things out a bit more too. Our stuff's starting to get kind of full up. Oh, it's probably best we do that. Alright, so in our materials we got some more amethyst. We've got a lot of ore to smelt down. Got some more plants we can use later. We've got some more cobwebs. We can definitely use those right now. We've got a ruby, which we will use right now. Some diamonds, which we can't do much with only 2. We'll see what those are for later. Got some more potions. And some strange plants, which I mentioned before. We just got a bunch of potions. Got throwing knives, which can be crafted into an unlimited bag of them, similar to the shurikens. We've got this accessory, which gives me more life regeneration, which I will put on. I'll get rid of this, because this is mostly for summons. This doesn't really help me that much, except for giving me more ammo for my gun. But I'd rather have the health regen. I'll put that away. Let's see, we've got some new blocks, maybe? Nah, maybe not. Alright, well, it's not maybe the best haul we could have gotten, but it's definitely better than nothing. Let's go ahead and smelt all this ore down, see what we can do with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and build this slime crown so we can summon Big Boy King Slime as soon as possible. So what do we need? We need a gold crown. This will be right here. And 20 gel, which I have. And what do we need to craft this? Oh, we need a demon altar. Now, we haven't seen the demon altar yet, but I will show that off probably tomorrow. It's about time for the episode, so probably show that off tomorrow. Excuse me. I probably picked up in the mic. I didn't mean to do that. But the demon altar is going to be found in the corruption, in like the underground corruption, so we have to kind of trek down there and survive, and then craft this thing. Can I build a pickaxe? A gold pickaxe? Do I have enough for that? Of course, I need one more gold. Ah, that's just enough. Oh, great. So that's going to be the best pickaxe we can build for now. And it will unlock a new progression for us later, actually. So you can see the copper pickaxe doesn't really have any text indicating what it can mine. But the gold one says at the bottom there, it can mine demonite, crimtane, meteorite, sea prisms, and sea prism crystals, which are all going to be new forms of materials that we can get, that we can use for later. So that will be awesome. Once we get all that stuff, we'll be able to progress even more, and so on and so forth. And we can also upgrade our hammer and axe with a tungsten. So let's get a tungsten axe. And we still have enough for a hammer, so let's get that. If we have enough for a bow, we can get that as well. Yes, we do. Great. Now I'm going to go ahead and craft one of these and one of these. These are useful materials that I can save for later. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to use them right now. I'm going to put them on my other loadouts to keep them handy. This yellow one here is an aglet. It's going to increase my movement speed. It's a material to be used for later. And this one is a radar, which detects enemies around me. It's also material. And what it means by detects enemies around me, it's just going to tell me how many enemies are around me at any given time. So like if I switch loadouts, it just says no enemies nearby. If I walk near this zombie, oh, maybe not. Usually it would say one enemy nearby because I'm near that zombie, but it just didn't do it that time. I don't know why. Now, we don't have enough to upgrade our armor quite yet, but let's go ahead and build a bed. Let's use these energy cores, or just this one, I guess. Use this energy core, and after that I'll head to the corruption, or our King Slime summon. Right, I'll see you tomorrow for that.